Hello guys, so in this lecture we'll see one network layer protocol, that is ARP, Address Resolution Protocol. ARP stands for Address Resolution Protocol. Address Resolution Protocol. So whenever in the gate point of view, we can say that they will ask about these protocols in a very basic manner, isn't it? Okay. So whatever I am going to discuss, that will be enough for gate point of view. So yes, whenever we know the IP address of any host, isn't it? That means the IP address of any host is known to us, and to find the MAC address of that particular host, this protocol is used, isn't it? I'm repeating once again. Yes, if we know the IP address of any host and we want to find the MAC address of that particular host, then ARP protocol is used. So with the help of ARP, we can get MAC address if IP address is known, isn't it? I hope this one is clear to everyone. So if we look at, let's say this is network layer. This is, let's say, network layer. So here IP protocol will be there, and after that data link layer will be there, and here ARP will be present. Means ARP protocol will be there at the last of network layer, or we can say that yes, at the last of network layer and just before data link layer, ARP protocol is used. How it is used, we'll see. Let us consider, guys, let's say we can say that, let's say this is host A and various stations are there. Let's say this is another host, another station, another station, isn't it? Let's say this is host B or station B, and here one router is there. So here we are considering, let's say this is one network, isn't it? So this is one network. Also, this network is connected to this particular router. Now you only tell me, yes, here let's say A wants to transmit the data to the host B. Host A wants to transmit the data to host B. And let's say this another host is in the same network. It could be in another network. How it is identified that host B is in the same network or in another network? Yes, I discussed during IP addressing. With the help of subnet mask, we can say that we can identify that this particular host is in the same network or another network. So I'm considering that, let's say, host B is in the same network. So what will happen? Yes, we can say that, let's say, what will happen, isn't it? Yes, here I already told you, whenever any station transmits the data to another station, then this particular packet will traverse all the layers: transport layer, then network layer, then data link layer, and finally physical layer. So here, let's say in network layer, what is the name of packet? That is datagram. So here, let's say that packet which is transmitted by host A, when it will come to the network layer, then this datagram will contain IP address of what? IP of A at the source address, and this will be the IP of B, that is destination IP, isn't it? So IP A means IP address of source, and IP B means IP address of B. That means we know the IP address of host B, isn't it? Now this particular packet will come from upper layer, transport layer to the network layer. First IP protocol is used. Then after that to this particular datagram, ARP is used. And then finally it will go to the data link layer, isn't it? So that is the path traversed by this particular packet. So at the source IP, yes, IP address of A will be there. At the destination IP address of host B will be there, isn't it? Now what will happen? Now this ARP, yes, protocol will create ARP packet. Yes, this will create ARP packet. In this ARP packet, we can say that IP address of B will be there because that is known, already known, and IP, we can say that IP address of host B will be there, isn't it? Okay, but we can say that the MAC address of host B is not known, so we have to find this one. So I put it question mark here. IP address of B is known, but MAC address is not known, isn't it? Here MAC address of, we can say that A is known, isn't it? Host A's MAC address is known. Now we can say that here we can say that at destination MAC, let's say this slot is for destination MAC, because we can say that in the packet we can say that MAC address of source, IP address of source, then we can say that port address of source, isn't it? Destination, we can say that destination MAC address, destination IP address, destination port address, all these things will be there, isn't it? So here MAC address of A is known, IP address of B is known, isn't it? Now we have to find MAC address of B, isn't it? MAC address of B. Now at the destination MAC, yes, all ones will be putting, we can say that that is the destination MAC address. This is represented in hexadecimal, isn't it? 1F is represented with the help of 4 ones. Then 4444, you can say that this MAC address will be of 48 bit. So this destination MAC address is used for broadcasting purpose. So yes, listen me correctly. In this ARP packet, IP address of B will be there, MAC address of A will be there. At the place of destination MAC, all ones will be there, and all ones indicate that this is broadcasting packet. That means this packet will go to the all the station in this particular network, isn't it? So we can say that host A will transmit this packet. This will go to every station, and whenever this ARP request will go to the station B, then station B will identify that here we can say that IP address of B matches with its own IP address. Then B will understand that this ARP packet request is for me, isn't it? Then yes, now station B or host B will put its MAC address as a source, isn't it? As a source MAC address, and will reply, isn't it? So whenever station B will give the reply, then we can say that here at destination MAC address of A will be there. At source we can say that source MAC address of B will be there, isn't it? And we can say that at the we can say that source IP address of B will be there, and at the destination IP address of A will be there, isn't it? I hope this one is clear to everyone, isn't it? Okay, so in this manner we can say that everything will be there, isn't it? Okay, now whenever B will transmit this request, this is ARP reply. So while this reply, B will put its own MAC address at the source MAC. Now this reply will go to the host A, and we can say that yes, host A will know the MAC address of B in this manner, isn't it? So ultimately we can say that ARP address resolution protocol is used whenever we can say that know the IP address of any host, and we want the MAC address of that particular host, isn't it? So here we can say that we can note down some points. First point, we can say that ARP request is broadcasting, because this is broadcasting to every station, but ARP reply will be unicasting. Whenever B will reply, that is one to one, that means unicast. So ARP reply is unicasting, isn't it? So that's all about, we can say that ARP protocol. So in the for gate point of view, this one is more than sufficient, isn't it? So you have to know what is the responsibility of this particular protocol. In the next lecture, we'll see reverse of ARP, isn't it? Reverse of ARP, that is the next protocol we'll see in the next lecture. Okay guys, so thank you so much.